going on, Legion? Azrael here, like always. And, what the... Alright. Yeah. If I seem a little bummed, it's because I just did the reaction to the animated short for Doomfist. And if you watch that reaction, you know I just didn't care for it. Kind of disappointing. Let's see what Jeff gets to, and let's hope this is enlightening. I don't think it'll be good. It's Jeff. Maybe it'll kind of show me some stuff. I've seen gameplay. I want him to explain the character. Fuck, that was loud.
Welcome to another developer update.
Nice jersey.
This is a particularly great one. I think this is the one that you guys have been waiting for. We're here to finally talk about Doomfist. So I'm Jeff from the Overwatch team. As you guys know, Doomfist is one of the most anticipated heroes that I think we've ever talked about. He's our 25th hero. He hails to us from Nigeria, so he's West African. One thing you may not have known is that Doomfist is a prominent member of the Talon leadership. So, contrary to popular belief, Reaper is not the sole leader of Talon.
I never thought he was.
Actually, a council
He's a schmuck.
of leaders who oversee Talon, and sometimes they agree with each other, sometimes they disagree with each other. And Doomfist is a very important member of that Talon council. Now, Doomfist's ideology is that he wants to see humankind become more powerful, and he thinks the way for that to happen is through conflict. So it's kind of a harsh worldview, but he really believes that we as humans get stronger the more conflict that we endure. Obviously, Overwatch is a world group that's very opposed to conflict and is trying to create peace throughout the world. So therefore, it leads to Doomfist and Overwatch definitely being at odds with each other. You add to the fact that it was Winston who put Doomfist behind bars for many, many years, and Doomfist's hatred of Overwatch is at an all-time high. Now that Doomfist is free, he plans to use Talon to implement his worldview on the rest of not only Talon, but mankind altogether. So the story is going to get very interesting now that Doomfist is in the mix. I think it's going to be awesome that we learn more about Talon through Doomfist and his interaction with heroes like Widowmaker and Reaper. But let's talk about his abilities and what type of hero he is. So Doomfist is in the offensive category. He's a very tough offensive type of hero.
You can get counted by 6 people, can he?
A number of great abilities that he can do. So probably his most defining ability is his Rocket Punch. By default, we've bound Rocket Punch to alternate fire. It's a wind-up attack, so the longer you hold the button down, the more powerful and the farther you'll go with that Rocket Punch. He uses that huge gauntlet that he has on his right fist to throw the Rocket Punch. Now, there's a couple cool things about it. One, you'll go through barriers if you do it. So if Reinhardt's holding his shield up, it doesn't matter. You're going to punch Reinhardt directly through that shield.
Oh, that's cool.
The other thing that's really cool about Rocket Punch is it does more damage if you knock a hero back into a wall. So you're really trying to line up those exciting billiard shots with other heroes and inflict heavy damage with the Rocket Punch.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Now, he has some other abilities he can do as well. He's got an ability called Rising Uppercut, which, as you guessed it, is a giant uppercut that leaps him into the air and will knock his enemy up into the air along with him. Now, to mix with this ability or combo with it really well is an ability called Seismic Slam. The way Seismic Slam works is Doomfist gets a targeting reticle whenever he's in the air or has any sort of altitude, and he does a giant attack with the backhand of that gauntlet that stuns the enemy very briefly. Not so much stuns them as brings them closer to Doomfist. So it allows him to do a lot more sort of combo abilities with that Seismic Slam. It's kind of a small cone shape that you'll see. You'll immediately recognize it by the visual effect that we put on the ground when you do the ability. Doomfist also has a primary attack that's a simple gun that he has, which is a shotgun that's loaded into each knuckle of his left fist.
I think it was badass.
Basically fire off 4 shots very quickly, one out of each of his front knuckles on that left fist. Or you can sort of save them up and do them in a more rhythmic fashion. We'll give you a user interface element that lets you know how many shots does he have in each one of those knuckles
Right.
before he can unload with them.
Unload.
We're not
That's gonna be
intending
in
for
a
Doomfist
montage.
to primarily use this attack as the main thing that he's doing or where he's getting all of his kills from. It's sort of to fill in the other space as he's using those really fun dynamic punch mechanics. Now, the thing you're probably wondering and caring the most about is what is Doomfist's ultimate ability.
Right.
He has one of the funnest ones in the game. It's called Meteor Strike.
Of course it is.
Doomfist uses Meteor Strike, he shoots up into the air. He gets an amazing targeting reticle that he can draw across the map and sort of gauge where he wants to land. And when he commits to it, Doomfist will come crashing out of the sky, stunning and knocking
cool.
down everybody who's in that radius, as well as doing some damage to them. So not only might you just kill them outright when you Meteor Strike on top of them, if not, they're immediately laying down, and you can use abilities like Rocket Punch, Seismic Slam, etc. to do additional damage right away.
Alright.
So we think Doomfist is going to do a lot of flanking and do a lot of diving into enemy teams. So we needed to give him a passive ability to encourage and enable that type of behavior. So he has a passive ability called the Best Defense. What this ability does is whenever Doomfist lands a punch on somebody, Doomfist gains a temporary shield, and the shield can increase, as he's doing more punches. Over time, the shield will decay and go away. So Doomfist is not permanently shielded by this.
That's
But
pretty
if you're
cool.
really getting in there, doing a lot of great combo abilities,
You gotta be-
you'll notice that your survivability is much higher.
Strong
So just
offense
let
is a great
Doomfist
defense.
Get in there and rumble a bunch before he's just taken out. It's really hard, diving in on 6 enemy heroes, you're not always going to live. But if you dive in on 2 and land some punches, you'll stand a chance at surviving because of that passive ability called the Best Defense.
And then micro
we think
stun.
Doomfist is really going to shake up the lineup. Even more so, we think Doomfist brings tremendous character to Overwatch. He's a really important figure. You've known about him since the announced cinematic, where that battle happened over his gauntlet. You've escorted his gauntlet in Numbani. It showed up stolen. Doomfist is very core to Overwatch. We think both his gameplay and his story is going to make the game really great. We hope you have a blast playing him, and we look forward to hearing all of your stories about what you've accomplished with Doomfist. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, shit. Okay, that gave me a little bit more information than I already knew. I was hoping it would. I was hoping that seeing, I was hoping that watching this would give me more information than what I gathered from seeing it on some streams. Some other people that I thought maybe knew a little bit more than me didn't quite have all the full information on it. A friend of a friend was talking to me about it, and he was kind of off. I knew there was a stun in there. I knew I saw it say stun, fucker, telling me I was wrong. But it's like a minor stun. It's like a second stun. You stun and get dragged almost, which is a good way to stop something, like I said. So, and like, see, like, think of it this way, and that's the not the meteor strike, the lunge down, where he said it kind of gives you like a stun, kinda, but pulls you. What that could do, theoretically, because how do you kill a McCree when he's ulting? Well, you just kill him, you shoot him. What's good to counter his ult? A sleep from an Ana, a stun grenade from another McCree, a shatter from a Reinhardt. Zarya ult can't stop it. It just drags you there. Before he ults, the hack from What's Her Dumbass. So there's a few of them that can stop it. I'm assuming that slam, not the meteor of course, but his E, I believe it is, I think that'll be able to stop a McCree ult. It might be able to cancel out, and you know what, I don't think it will. I think if you not McCree, but Genji. I believe if you sleep a Genji and he's woken up, he still has his ult, I believe. Same with a Winston. So you can temporarily stop them from doing damage, which any kind of seconds to heal to get an Ana heal in there with a fucking grenade or whatever, that'll help. You jump in there, you stun everybody that's ulting possibly. Ana gets that second off grenade, which if you're at a fraction of your life left because they've hit you down, and you get that grenade, that gives you another a few more steps to try to back up, get out of the situation. Maybe a Mercy comes in and heals you. God forbid it's a Mercy. Zenyatta comes in and discords somebody. Maybe they were so dead and you were closer to death because they were ulting. Genji ult, maybe you didn't get a full strike on you and you're almost gone. You get the Ana grenade and then it's discorded or something like that, and instead of running away, you just go, shit, McCree time, and you get that grenade, you're back up to almost over half maybe from the grenade. And you go pop, pop, and you get that kill on that ulted Genji that you were most likely been dead a second before because of Doomfist and his ult, or his little micro stun, the little stutter we call it maybe. That's kind of a cool thought. It's kind of a cool ability, I guess. I've seen some people doing some real combos with them, and it was really cool to watch that. It was really fun. So, get the burps, man. Sorry. But yeah, it looks like a fun character. I was watching. The person I was talking to said he can get countered by like 6 people. One of the things he was talking about was if he does do his Meteor Strike and a Mei puts up his wall and the Meteor Strike hits, you got to be kind of within the level, like height level of the Meteor Strike for you to take damage. That's not maybe all the case above ground, but so if you're a Doomfist and you uppercut in the air and the Doomfist ults, you'll take half damage almost, or about, or a sizable chunk. Not as much as you would have taken if he would have hit you directly or if you would have been in the radius, as Kaplan called it. But if a Mei does a Mei wall and he lands on top of it, everybody underneath, according to the person I was talking to, takes 0 damage. I've also watched people on Hanamuro. I believe that's the one with the bell first point, right? And then you go into the back room. It's the one with the Hanzo, in the Hanzo short, was fighting his brother. On the second point, he did his ult. I think he was originally in the building, and then he went on the outside. I don't remember if the reticle was on the ground, but if I think it was, and he went to ult, he actually landed on the roof, and it canceled his ult, and he didn't hit anybody. So those are some bugs and things you probably want to look out for if you're playing the character. I'm not going to ramble on too much longer. We're about a 13-minute video, so thanks for that. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on whatever video I'm doing next. Once again, my name is Azrael, and again, thanks for hanging out. And if you want to like, subscribe, or share, remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out in some way or another. Yeah, later.